First, it was the 1040 long form. Gone. Then 1040A and 1040EZ. Gone. And now last year's new 1040.
Wait, no, not that one too.
Yep, gone. Don't panic. I'm going to walk you through how to fill out the new 2019 1040 federal tax form correctly and save the $40 to $100 it costs for a professional tax preparer to do this simple stuff for you. If you're the typical single person under 26, then this video is for you. No children, no deductions, not living at home, nothing fancy or complicated going on financially in your life.
But wait, taxes are so complicated. There's no way I can do that by myself.
Don't worry, I got you covered. Watch and learn.
At the top of the form, you choose single, put in your first and last name, your address, and social security number. If this is a practice page, do not put your social security number or address, as you do not want this information in the garbage out there for people to possibly use for fraud against your name. This whole section right here under standard deduction and dependents is all blank, as the video instruction that you are watching right now is for those of you who are single, not married, not old, not blind. And now you are ready to put in the numbers, the financial information, to make it all work. Box number 1, wages, salaries, tips from W-2. By the end of January, you'll receive a W-2 form that looks just like this. It has all your information, who you worked for, and the numbers. Your wages for the year, how much money you made, how much tax was withheld, Social Security, and all that. This is the information that you will use for box number 1 right here. So, in this example, we made $23,298.22. Go ahead and round. So this would be $23,298 and take off the 22. So right in here, we'll put $23,298. Now, all the rest of this stuff will be left blank except for the possibility of taxable interest. If you do have taxable interest, meaning interest you received from a bank account more than just a few cents for having a little bit of money there, you're going to have to add an additional form right here. So we're not doing that in these video instructions right here. So we're presuming that the majority of you who are watching this do not have any of these items. So we'll come down all the way down to 7B. So 7B says add all these things up right here and put it right here. So we have $23,298. You do not have 8A, nothing there. So 8B is another math. Subtract this from this. Obviously 0 from 23,298 is the same. And so far, pretty simple. Now your standard deduction or itemized deductions. You're going to be doing the standard deduction. Ignore the itemized. That is it when you make a lot of money and you have a lot of expenses. You buy a house and those kind of things. So you will take the standard deduction and it's put right over here for you. Single, $12,200. So over here, we will put $12,200. You do not have anything for 10. So 11A says add 9 and 10. So we'll do that. Now the last item, the last line on this page is what your taxable income is. So you're going to subtract 11A from 8B. So 12,000 from 23,000. So we will get our handy dandy calculator out and go 23,298 minus 12,200 equals 11,098. So you put that 11,098. So what this number represents is how much income that you're going to have to pay taxes on. You'll notice you made this much, but you only have to pay taxes on this much because of the standard deduction, which means that's the amount the government says you do not have to pay taxes on. So you don't have to pay taxes on $12,200 of your income. It's tax-free earned, basically. So now we're going to go to the next page, carrying this amount right here over. At the top of the second page, you're now going to figure out how much tax you owe. Remember, based on how much income you are taxed on. So 11,098. For that, you need to go to what's called the tax tables, which is this booklet right here. Now, I've given you a web address right here. If you go to that web address, it directly connects to this document, to this booklet, which is called tax tables. That's how it's referred to, tax tables. You'll notice it says 2018. I'm making this video in January, and they have not yet come out with the 2019 version. So for now, for practicing, we'll use these numbers. However, probably in February, when you go to this website, it will come out with the new 2019 version. Okay, so for now, we're going to go down and we're going to find our income. So scroll down. We made $11,098. So 1, 2, 9, 10, 11,000. Here we go. So we look around in here, 11,098, between 50 and 100. Do you see that? It's between 1150 and 11,100. It's in between that. So we'll go over here. What column do we use? The very first column, because the very first column is single. So 11,098. So your tax is $1,139. So we're going to take this $1,139 amount and put it right on the top of the tax form here. 1139. So you add whatever amount right here all together, and you're going to come out with that same amount, 1139. Moving on, you don't have anything for 13 because you have no children. 14, you simply subtract 13B from 12B. Nothing for 15, so you add 14 and 15 together. This is how much total tax that you owe the federal government for the year that you've worked. So you owe $1,139 on $11,000 of income, right around 10%. Now, for federal income tax withheld, this is the amount that comes from the W-2 that your employer sent you. It was the same form that we used to find out what your total wages were. So let's go back to the W-2. Box number 2, federal income tax withheld. You'll see 2329. This is how much money was taken out for federal income tax, just a federal. There's a separate amount for the state, which would be down here. So 2329. Remember, we round. So let's remember that number and put it right here. And continuing on, you don't have any of these other items right here. If you do, that would require extra instruction, and the majority of you watching this video will not have any of those items. So add lines 18A through 18D. There's nothing. There's nothing right in here. So then we need to add 17 and 18. 17 and 18. Nothing in 18. So in 19 we put 2329. We're almost done. Now we're going to find out if you owe money or if you get money coming back to you. 99.999% of the time, at your income bracket, income level, you will get money back because you've paid more in throughout the year than what you really owe. And if line 19 is more than 16, this is how much you overpaid. Grab our handy dandy calculator. And that comes up with $11.90. So we put $11.90 right here. And this, once again, represents how much extra money you paid throughout the year from your different paychecks than you had to. So from this $11.90, one more line, how much of this do you want refunded to you? Well, I would hope the whole thing. That is for if anybody owes taxes from previous years, they would put less so they can apply that amount, but you do not. So $11.90. That right there will tell the government when you send this in, hey, send me $1,190 of my refund because I overpaid this year. Now for here, if you want the money sent to your checking account, you can fill this information right here. Other than that, you're done. You don't want anything to apply. You don't owe anything. If this number was right here, was smaller than this, you would actually put the amount you owe right here, and then you would write a check. After that, you go ahead and sign, date it, what your occupation is, and mail it in.
And there you have it, the easy and correct way to fill out your 2019 1040 tax return. You're welcome. You can thank me with a like and comment below.